Alright, looks like the audio is working just fine. Oh, hey everyone. Back at it with more Kingdom Come Deliverance. So, yesterday we left off after Henry's botched attempt at night duty as a town guard. Ran to Lord Hans Capon at the tavern, having some drinks with his peers. A fight broke out, and Lord Hanish was not any happy about it. And as punishment, or perhaps as a lesson, Hans will now have to take Henry as his page on a hunt. And this is where we are going to pick up. Not directly at the hunt itself, because I just ended the game right after that whole cutscene. Alright, let's begin. Right, and this is where we left off. Now, first things first is that I will now head back to the mill so that Henry can get some sleep. Can I fast travel there? E. Oh, hopefully this time I don't sleep in the wrong bed. And the miller, Peshek, got real mad about it. It's not my fault that all the beds look the same. Well, I suppose I can spare some time to sit down and talk to Teresa over here.
Greetings, Henry.
So, how have you been?
I can't stop thinking about Skalitz.
I know. It was hell. But life has to go on. Why not clear your head and try to forget about it? At least for now.
What do you mean?
Do you feel like a walk?
That's not a bad idea. It's getting too late now. But if you pick me up during the day, I'll be glad to take a walk with you.
As her ladyship commands?
You jester.
Henry putting on the moves. Alright. Hey, let's pick a mint off the floor. Oh, floor, the ground here is full of herbs here, eh? Damn, dude, how much mint is there? It is indeed quite a lot. Although I suppose I shouldn't be picking in too much of it, lest they spoil. But at least I know this grassy patch here has a lot of it. Right. Time for old Henry to have a snooze. Get your 8 hours of sleep. Thankfully that this game doesn't penalize me for sleeping in armor, because I know that it's going to be incredibly uncomfortable. He's well rested, but he is indeed hungry. Is there anything I can drop in the pot? I can drop an apple. Very nice. I suppose so long as the bread rolls are on the table, it'll remain fresh. Did he just go to sleep in his full armor? Yes, indeed. Not in full armor, it's kind of like this, but it's not a lot. But it's still very surprising that they do not penalize me for sleeping that get up.
Hey, lad, don't you want a little wager on the rat-aid tourney?
As much as I would like to, Peshek, I do not have the kind of coin to be spending on bets. Now I could go take Teresa on a walk right now, but Lord Capon requires me. He didn't even cast a bit of iron. I'd be surprised if Henry can even qualify as a paladin. All things considered, I don't think he's particularly of the holy persuasion. Excuse me? I did not sign up for the tournament, man. Bernard's not even here yet, so can't get any training in. But at the very least, I've unlocked the ability to perfect block. So hopefully that will serve me some good. Now I could enter there and get my ass handed to. I don't even have a sword. Can just beat him up with a stick. But somehow I really doubt that's gonna work. Tell me why this looks like the exact scene from Shrek with the door. I don't think I can even tell you why, but it's a...
Lords and ladies, gentlefolk, good friends and neighbours, welcome to the renowned Rattay Tournament! A tournament in which the bravest men in the whole province match their strength and skill. A tournament that never lacks in suspense, excitement, surprises, and glory. I now declare the Rattay Tournament open. Combatants, get ready!
I suppose, I mean, the arena layout can only look so different.
The first combatant will be Pavel, called Roebuck, from the garrison of Sir Sebastian von Berg. And his adversary will be the victor of many previous tourneys and a combatant today too, Peter, called Black Peter. Let us wish the combatants luck.
I suppose we can watch one match here. Black beater. Hey, Lois. Come on, Pablo, you can do it. Twist his dick. Oh. I think I hit in the throat there. Twist his dick. Give him the old dick twist. I don't think I've asked your opinion on this, but how do you feel about the swordplay in this game? In what sense? From a gameplay standpoint, or from the animation? Ooh. Gameplay first and also animation. I feel like combat-wise they are doing a pretty unique way of fighting. Like, the auto-lock in first person is an interesting choice. For some people I think they might actually enjoy it, but personally for me I feel like I'm very restrained. It's like I'm strapped into a minecart, you know? But then again, I suppose because like Henry's an untrained peasant compared to like me in real life, when I actually have some sword fighting skill, it's the discrepancy is quite jarring. Trying to bridge the gap. As for the animation, I can't give a very in-depth opinion about it, but from a cursory glance, that looks pretty on par to how they should be fighting. Now that grab over there, that was good. In the German tradition of sword fighting, that is what we call ringen, or wrestling. Generally, that's once you're able to... That happens when you're in range to be able to grab your opponent with your bare hands. It's certainly way too close for you to swing a sword, so just grab them, you know? I've done sword and buckler, but not quite sword and shield, like how they are using it. So whether or not the stances are correct, I cannot say. Although from what I've understand, Warhorse Studios actually did their research in terms of swordplay. At the very least, the guards look right. If you were untrained and you see them fight this way, it's a pretty practical stance to be in. Oh, I thought it would end up with one of them on the ground. I will 100% yield if I got tapped in the face with shield.
Let us wish the combatants luck.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially like how these dudes do not have any sort of face protection. Look at that, he just took like the edge of the shield to the face. At the very least I would have cracked his nose. Now the timeline is a bit muddy for me, but I'm pretty sure that if they held any sort of sword fighting tournament, like for tournaments like this, they will at least have some kind of visor to, well, protect the face. Ooh, fancy.
Giving up already.
Found the text note. I'll say as a game, the developers did a really good job with the fighting animations. Alright, I think that's enough dicking around. Let's see, the prey. Oh. I'm supposed to meet him at dawn. I think I might have overslept. Har har. This game is very atmospheric. It is indeed. The amount of detail they put even into dirt and mud. That's really something. You can even see the change in reflectivity from like muddy ground and drier dirt. Alright, anyways, I suppose since like we kind of missed the dawn hour, we can head back to the mill and take Theresa out on a date. Or a walk, rather. Medieval roads. The Poulevards.
Look at you, lover boy.
What now? Should we take a walk?
You don't give up, do you? Well, let me think. And where would you care to go?
80% horseshit.
What if we took a stroll along the river?
Why not? That sounds lovely. Shall we go?
Let's go.
Yeah, I would imagine that before modern cleaning services, or like plumbing in general, every single village, town, and city will probably smell like shit. My part in tutorial quest where you have to throw manure at the dude's barn. And they just go in there and I know what you mean. I didn't do it on this playthrough, but when the first time I played it myself.
You get tired of it, so I'm glad you took me out. I'd love to see the markets in Prague one day. Have you ever been to Prague?
No, I haven't. I have been in Kuttenberg, but Prague must be much bigger.
I've heard it's pretty smelly, though.
Yeah, so many people in one place. So many assholes.
That's disgusting.
Oh, I haven't seen.
I'd love to listen to that young preacher, Jan Hus. They say he preaches in the common tongue. Everyone's talking about it.
I bet he's just handsome. That's why the women dote on him.
You're a right one. A preacher doesn't need good looks for people to listen to him.
And what about that fine fellow at St. James? I know full well why all the girls have started going to confession, and you have too, so don't give me any of that.
You scoundrel. Well, all right. I admit I find him handsome. But that doesn't make me a bad Christian.
I'd never dare to suggest such a thing.
Tell you what. Let's not dawdle.
Well,
Last one is a slimy slug.
the concept of hygiene probably exists since you can actually like, wash yourself, but canonically, I don't think there is a cutscene where Henry actually washes his hands since then as well. Fortunately, this version of Henry didn't participate in the dung flinging, simply because I didn't want to touch dung with bare hands.
That was fun. Sit down here next to me, Hal.
I couldn't possibly imagine
And what about you?
living
I
in
heard
the
you're helping Sir Radzig.
Middle Ages.
Sir Radzig has me running a few errands. I have to say, he always treats me well, and I make a wage.
So you've had your turn of luck. What's it like serving nobility?
I suppose a peasant serving a noble would probably be paid pretty well. People in the future can't imagine living now. Yeah, I bet. I mean, we're kind of already halfway there, aren't we? Imagine going on a date wearing a helmet and arm guards. You mean you don't?
Oh, it's endless luxury, money, banquets, games stuffed with other games.
A chicken stuffed with a frog.
Yeah, and that's nothing compared to a frog stuffed with a chicken.
A goat stuffed.
With a
You got me
pig.
absolutely fucked up if you think these are coming off during sex. The helmet stays on. Hal's just built different.
Now then,
Ah, Henry, what am I going to do with you? Wandering the land, turning innocent girls' heads.
Yeah, slightly higher, so why not?
the only one here whose head is all messed up is me. How do you always manage to look so good?
Just look at the lady killer. Where did you learn to talk that way?
I don't recall which church service it was exactly.
You scoundrel. But you certainly know how to make a girl feel special. You may continue. But now I have to go.
Can I go with you?
Just a little way. I don't want anyone to gossip.
Alright, cool. Imagine the dev writing
coming
this
with me?
script and
Please come
writing
sit
that
with
line
me.
like, yeah, that's the one. I truly do wonder whether if they actually like talk to women. And that's clearly not how dates are supposed to go. Let me just eat this moldy piece of cabbage here. Not doing too good. Actually, it's full day. What the fuck am I doing? Alright, let's head over to the upper gate and hopefully... Oh, can travel, fast travel from this location. Do I need to stand outside then? I see Bernard is up here in the arena, in training grounds. Let's get some training in. Hopefully I can level up my sword fighting skills. Yes, let's learn the master strikes.
I think I've mastered the basics of combat. Could you teach me something a bit more advanced?
I see. And what weapon are you such a master at?
I'm pretty good with a sword.
You're a bit cocky, ain't you? All right then, let's see what you can do. If you're as good as you think you are, I'll teach you some master strikes.
I'm ready.
Stand there, take your weapon, and fight. If you look like you know what you're doing, I'll teach you a trick or two.
Ow. I have to remember to hold on to Q. It's all fun and games until Bernard calls a bluff and unleashes his Bankai. Gotta fight him to prove that you're worth
That'll
training.
do. You got the hang of it, but you need to practice more. Come back when you're really ready.
Alright, cool. I think I kinda understand the process here. Alright, let's go again. I wonder if we can train with a new weapon.
with real weapons.
A bit cocky, ain't you? But all right. I like a man with a bit of piss and vinegar in him. I'll never learn as much with a wooden sword as with a real weapon. The old master swordsman says a true apprentice of the martial arts should be wounded at least once. Some say he should even try what it's like to die. But that's blasphemy. Let's fight then. Have no fear.
Pull my
I won't
fucking
kill you.
false edge strike on you.
Might get hurt, and if you do, I won't bandage you. You'll have to deal with the consequences yourself. What weapon will you try?
I still don't feel entirely competent with the bastard sword. I'd like to try that.
Right, lad. Grab your piece, and we'll get stuck in.
But that's about to fuck me up. Oh, yeah. Man, I'm pretty used to that Mortal Kombat fight. Tapping
You know how this one ends.
right click instead to block. Keep forgetting it's supposed to be Q. Oh, hold on, it might bleed. Oh, yeah, it might be. Let's take this. Alright, cool stuff. It's only a flesh wound, let's go again.
I'd like to train a bit, just lightly, with practice weapons.
Right. Let's get to it. What weapon would you like to try? Got a bastard sword, a short sword? We can fight with poles. Whatever you fancy.
I still don't feel entirely competent with the bastard sword. I'd like to try that.
Right, lad. Grab your piece. We'll get stuck in.
You're literally still bleeding. Yeah, I think it's not gonna allow me to actually do anything while I'm still bleeding here. Alright. Discovering a little bit more about this game every day. What's this over here? New DLC quest. Win the turn if you can. Meet him in the upper courtyard. Alright, let's yeah, I suppose now is probably a good time to go sleep off these wounds. Got 9 HP left. Yeah, don't worry, just sleep it off. Right. Stats. Let's look at info. Penalties on stats. Following release from jail is 20% lower. Don't need this if you don't get arrested. You last 30% longer without food, but as soon as you get angry, the effects are 20% worse. Not great. Night Rider. Stamina regenerates 20% faster at night, but 10% slower in the day. Wanderer. Somniac. I think that's pretty good to have. Doesn't seem like there's any downside to this one, so let's get that skill. What you know about rolling down deep? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Also, welcome to the stream. Assuming that you aren't a bot, that is. Clinch Master. The bathhouse next to the mill can clean you up and heal you without passing too much time. Oh, that's great. Carry more weight or a 40% higher chance of overpowering your opponent in clinch. I can come back from the mule later, I suppose. Yeah, let's take this one. And let's take a look at speech. Final offer. Trader loses patience. If you're doing haggling, you can get one more chance to make another offer. Increases your speech level by +3 when talking to nobles and wealthy people. Highborn, lowborn. Yeah, let's go for highborn. Defense skills. Got perfect block already. Blocking your strikes will cost opponent 15% more stamina, weapon cruncher. If you beat your opponent in clinch, you'll damage his weapon 15% more. I don't know about that, but I suddenly want this. In sunny weather, the glint of your armor will dazzle everyone so much you'll be taken for a noble knight and get a charisma bonus. Amazing. But yeah, considering how often I get blocked, having a firm grip might be pretty good. Yes, 100% paladin. Zorn Ort, Wrath Strike. With a rapid Zorn Hour from your Ox stance, parry your opponent's strike to the side from your left shoulder, and thrust a point straight to his chest. Cuban vein. Blunt strike. Instead of a starter strike from the right, strike unexpectedly at your opponent's face. Turn your weapon around and strike him quickly with the blunt end. If you have shield, use edge for striking. Interesting. Yeah, I think I definitely want to get Zorn out. That's a very important skill to have in sword fighting. Look at all that. Oh. Alright, slash, stab. Although starting to zone out from your left shoulder when your right hand seems a bit odd though. Now let's take it anyway. Right, let's get up. Alright, let's look for the bathhouse. Is it down here? I think it's the place of the white tents, right? So, south. Chickens.
What are you here for?
Oh, can't do that much here. And
God
dialogue.
bless.
There's somebody I need to talk to. Ah, there we go.
What do you want?
I'm interested in your services.
And what is it you'd like?
Heal my wounds, I suppose. And at the same time, I can clean my clothes. Get rid of this old ass haircut. Clothes are still clean-ish for now.
I need healing.
I need healing.
That can be arranged. But you'll pay in advance.
And get some get some free so you dig.
I'm not giving you that
$20.
much.
And how much are you willing to pay?
Let's try 17. Actually, no, that's pretty low. Let's try 18.
Agree?
Well, a little more and we'll call it a deal.
18.5.
You won't regret spending the money. I guarantee it. Goodbye.
An immersive sim game where people take note of you skipping through dialogue or leaving conversations without saying nothing. Yeah, just show up the conversation, drop a hot take, and leave without explaining. Must have been on death's door if it took 8 hours. Oh yeah, I actually had like 9 HP left. I hope everyone's weekend is going alright so far. The bathhouse is the hospital. I feel like I can probably make a joke about gamer girl bathwater in there, but I'm at a bit of a stretch there. Alright, not sleep for too long because I require to visit good old Hans. So I think 4 AM would be a good idea. It is time to wake up. Okay, I get some EXP from that. No, I did not. Bart, I don't mean to alarm you. I don't even know why I even bother eating any of the food that's gone red in quality. Good morning, Genga. I hope you're doing alright. How's the cough? Still suffering, but slowly recovering. That's good to hear. I do hope you recover soon. You require more vaccines. Nah, still not COVID. That's good. That's good. Just a regular old cough or strep throat, maybe. Just remember to hydrate too. Been sick 5 times during the pandemic. Hopefully none of them was COVID. The old Rona. Not a single one. Fantastic. Well, I mean, being sick's not great, but at least you didn't catch the real coof. Still got your luck. There he is. Look at the fuckboy hair.
Oh.
Here I am.
I'm overjoyed. Have you got a horse?
No, sir. Where would someone like me get a horse?
Good point. Unless it was a cart horse, I suppose. Well, you'll just have to trot along behind me like a good dog.
Whatever you say.
May the Lord watch over you.
Jens Tuchek. Chinken. How much jail time for punching a noble? Probably straight up execution. I don't know whether this is like far enough down the timeline where nobles realize that, you know, they're still human as well. But I'm pretty sure they still have that notion that they possess some shred of divinity compared to peasants. Oh, come on then. Yep, right behind you. Fine day for a hunt, huh?
Look here, blacksmith. About that business at the alehouse.
Yes, sir.
Hanush was right. I should have behaved differently. More, well, gentlemanly. But that doesn't mean you were in the right. You can't throw a lord out of the tavern in his own town. You understand?
Yes. I was just...
What? Speak up! Don't worry, I won't bite your head off.
It's just that when you said those things in the arena, sir, I was a little upset.
Ah! I just like to tease greenhorns a little. And you vexed me too. You were insolent to Captain Bernard and they rewarded you with service. Whenever I do anything reckless, even if it's for my honour, Hanush is on my back about it and I get punished. Like now.
I didn't mean to threaten anyone.
Well, it's all water under the bridge. Let's not spoil our hunt.
What a nice guy. Yeah, speaking of incurable pneumonia, I think at one point when I was conscripted, I actually had pneumonia, but didn't really find out until after it was over. I think it was probably something to do with everybody hanging up their wet laundry next to the bunks.
Let us talk of something else. Is this your first time hunting?
This kind? Yes.
I've been hunting since I could walk. If you're not a complete blockhead, you might learn something useful. And if you don't cock it up entirely today, maybe I'll take you again. It's always helpful to have a minion at hand.
As I said, I have hunted before, but it wasn't...
Chasing bunnies with a pitchfork isn't hunting. Observe and learn.
I'll do the best I can, sir.
Yeah, lesson for everyone, don't sleep in a room full of wet laundry. Doesn't help to bunk with gross men, children.
Listen, I wanted to ask you about Scarlet.
I don't know if... that is, sir, I don't know if that's a suitable topic of conversation for the hunt.
We're not hunting yet. I'd like to hear about it at last from someone who was actually there.
The humans attacked Skallets and, anyone who didn't flee.
That's what they all say. I want detail.
Is it really necessary, sir?
Arguing with the nobility again, eh? It seems you're a bit of a rebel.
No, not at all, sir. It's just that... well, it's hard for me to talk about.
I see. So I'll have to get you drunk first.
Not sure even that would work.
We'll have to find out, won't we? There's a nice little place just north of here. We'll camp there and you can tell me all about it.
If you wish, sir.
And don't dilly-dally. Let's try and get there before the day's out.
Just imagine like, Henry just like doing a brisk jog beside the horse. But actually, come to think of it, my company was oversized even for like most large-sized company standards.
We'll make camp here.
This weather's god awful fun, I think.
Bring me wine and bacon in the saddlebag.
You got bacon and wine.
Coming up, sir.
At long last. So, are you enjoying being on the hunt?
I am, although we haven't actually hunted anything yet.
That doesn't matter. Hunting is a diversion. The main thing is to get out of Rattay for a while. Listening to Hanush's lectures all day long would drive anyone mad.
Wine and bacon. He's gonna have gout when he's older. I think they probably just accept it as like a part of life.
If I may ask, sir, what does a lord like you do all day?
When I was little, I was awfully bored, I can tell you. There was always some courtier or teacher dogging my footsteps. Now I spend most of my time trying to learn from Sir Hanush. Governing is no joke. At least most of the time. Only last week I had to listen to complaints from my subjects.
But that could be interesting too, couldn't it?
My lord, this yokel here empties his piss pot in my yard. Sir, that old hag put a spell on my cow, and sir, my old woman is fucking half the village. Like a flock of sheep, bleating all the time. Even study's more interesting.
What are we going to hunt?
Humans.
What? Humans?
Did you just see your face? I got you there. We'll see what we can get. I'd like to bag a boar, one. And a few hares, too. But what about you? Before I couldn't get a word out of you, now your tongue's loosened. So, tell me about Skalitz. I heard Sigismund had 100 banners there.
Hans got some banter.
I don't know, sir. I didn't have time to count them. Both of my parents were killed in Skalitz, right in front of my eyes. The humans slaughtered my friends and neighbours, and it was a miracle I got away. I don't know what else I can add.
I'm sorry about that. But tell me, I heard in the tavern...
What, that Sigismund flew down on a dragon? That the humans have horns and hooves? I'm sorry, my lord, but for me, Skalitz isn't a tale of adventure to share over a tankard of ale.
All right. I understand. Well, never mind. Anyway, it's too late to go anywhere today. But tomorrow we set off at first light. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Wait until dawn. Okay, I guess I'll just set a tent somewhere and on Earth? Alright, dawn. Probably around like 4. Yeah, he's got some pretty good impressions. I certainly appreciate how much character they, well, gave him. It's 4 AM dark. I don't know what a little book icon is on the bottom of the bottom right, right next to the health bar and stamina bar. Is there anything I can cook? Some pretty terrible cabbage and carrots. I'm not sure whether this will just give me food poisoning. Before I do that, let me save first. I've got boiled cabbage. Yeah, it's absolute shit quality. Should probably sell it off eventually. Eat from the pot for free though. I can indeed. I know what if I should. Washroom is still alright. I might as well. Sip sip. Wakey wakey, it's time for school. Wake up, it's time for school. Yeah. I suppose that's a mechanic for later on if I ever have to sneak attack someone MGS style. Oh, look at that. A blade. I suppose I'll just wait until Hans gives me the green light before I pick anything from the chest. But Mom, I don't want to go to school. I'm pretty sure every kid has done that at one point in their lives. Or multiple. You still do it. Yeah, but instead of school, it's probably work, right? There's some days where you just want to lie in bed and not get up. It's a feeling we all know too well. Forgetting about that forbidden fungi. She's not even forbidden. Does anybody with knowledge of fungi know whether these are edible? Like in real life, I mean, this is not something I can interact with in the game. But if you see something like this growing off a log, would you be able to eat it? Man's knocked the fuck out. Look at how like most of the food in my inventory is like spoiling or already spoiled. I don't even know why do I even bother like carrying them in the first place. Like, I know I should be eating them when time comes, but I keep forgetting about that. As you can see, I carry a completely spoiled bread roll. Wake up.
Sir? Wake up, sir. It's time to go.
What? Are you mad? It's still dark.
I thought we were going to get an early start, sir.
Early means at first light.
It is light.
Light, you dolt. Do you want me to break my neck in the black of night? Go back to sleep. Damn it. May the Lord watch over you.
What do you mean night? Do you not see the sky? Use your eyes, Hans. Think, Hans. Think. Oh, holy, sit by the campfire. How's the day going, everyone? The sun is invisible to Hans here. I wonder whether if he meant by first light, like, he meant like the sun peeking through the trees and not like you can see the light in the sky. Any of you gone camping out in the woods before? Recreationally, I mean. I know some of you have to do it involuntarily. I imagine that camping out in the forest of all things would be a lot more comfortable than spending a whole week in the jungle. Yeah. How was the overall experience then for Outward Bound?
What are you waiting for?
Oh, holy shit.
Your lord requires you for the hunt.
Ugh, really? Such a renowned hunter needs help?
You wouldn't dare mock your betters now, would you?
Heaven forbid, your lordship.
If that's the way you want it, peasant, we'll meet back here at noon. Whoever has the most hares wins. Oh, and if you don't have anything to shoot with, there's a crate in the camp with some old hunting equipment. You can help yourself. After all, there's no sport in trouncing some wretch who hasn't a chance in hell.
Maybe I was a bit hasty, sir.
Too late, dung grubber. Can't back out now. And now turn your back for a while. I know a few tried and tested spots in these woods, and I don't want you stealing them.
Alright, Hans. Let me grab that. Take that. Take that. I could take the better hunting arrows, however. I'll take these. Let's bring 10. And some trail mix, I suppose. me just yeah, remove any metal bits of armor off my body so that I don't spook the animals. Now where the hell did I go to hunt? Yeah, exactly. OBS was pretty fun actually, but we had to play group bonding games in the forest, which seemed odd. Is it one of those group bonding games where you count the number of people at the start and then you count again at the end and you realize you have one extra person? I think it's marginally worse than having one less. Now time for the Lord to have a hunting accident. Oh, you say that, but I know exactly what happens. Because this is probably as far as I've played. Oh god, no. We'll just just keep recounting until we hit the correct number of people. Yeah, like one short is a problem, but one extra is an even bigger problem. I suppose I'll just head west deeper into the woods. There's a little camping spot here, so... Discovered an interesting site. Oh, what's particularly interesting about this? Oh, hey. Shh, we're hunting rabbits. No, can't do that. No, I really appreciate how much detail there is in the game, but at the same time, there's a little too much detail. I can't see anything at all. What? Rabbit season or duck season? I hear a lot of buzzing going on. I do not know whether that's bees or is that like flies over a corpse. I really hope I don't encounter into like run into some person's dead body. Oh, I think I see another one behind that log over there. Crap. Suicide force. Oh no, I think I spooked it. Turn. Ah, shit. I missed. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of archery in this game, or how it works. Oh, come on, that was dead on. What? Did I lose a rabbit? Oh, there it is. Wait, no. What the fuck? Outskilled. The starting bow you got there has a huge drop rate on it. It's busted. I'm not too concerned about the drop rate. It's more of the fact that the bow sways a lot. Discovered an interesting site. Yeah, sway sucks, but at least improves skill. Oh, I mean, that's good. I couldn't imagine playing any sort of like archer build with that sway is a permanent thing. Oh, there's a lot of prey over there. Assuming I can even hit anything from here. Actually, are those Hans's dogs? Oh, wait, those aren't dogs. Oh, come on. Forest puppies. That wasn't a hit. Some real janky hitboxes. Oh, it's not far from the truth. I'm actually god awful at archery in real life. This is why I prefer a sword. But then again, I'm not gonna be hunting any sort of a prey with a knife now, am I? Four arrows. Probably should have grabbed more of the arrows earlier back in camp. Probably should do that actually. It's gonna head back to camp. That's not a camp. Hello? Oh, it's over here. It's somebody else's house, isn't it? Where the hell am I? Don't open. Dead inside. Sure, is anyone in here at all? Because the door is completely open. It's locked. But this whole hunting sequence over here is a pretty fun distraction. Now I just need to find where the camp was just to stock up on more arrows. Because I really should have brought an entire stack instead of just 10 of them. Sure is scenic, though. Already. Let's describe mutes. Just ring. Is this the camp? Nope. Is it here? Yes, it is. I'm just gonna grab all the arrows this time. Oh, okay, maybe not. That's a little too heavy. Inventory. Let's put this. Stick the old cabbage in there. Absolute rubbish. Can't even pick an arrows back. Oh, I can. And so Laura's gonna come by the hunt and find rotting cabbage in this arrow box. I shall be none the wiser. Hold up, 10? How the hell is that so much hair meat? I thought the quantity would be like 1 or something, but that's a lot of meat. What time is it? I've got some time till noon here. Probably shouldn't use too many arrows because I'm definitely gonna need them later. Oh, there's one. New level in vitality. 16! Amazing. Ten pieces of hair meat. Sashimi. Marathon man. Run slower, but keep it up for longer. Sprint speed is 20% slower, but demands 20% less stamina. Sprinter is the other way around. 20% faster, but more stamina. Thick-blooded. Yeah, I think bleeding slow would be pretty useful. Bandages I don't think are too easy to come by. By the way, being colorblind sucks, because I'm not sure whether it's just me, but straight I cannot see the hairs most of the time unless they're like right up in my face, or if I see something moving in the distance. It really does blend in, but I suppose that's like an evolutionary trait. It's supposed to blend into the background. Okay then. Foliage would have spooked me a little bit. Thought this little branch sticking up from a tree was something else. Does the game have colorblind assistance? I don't know. Graphic settings... Nope, they do not. Advanced graphic settings? Yep, no. I suppose if they had, it would look pretty strange on this area since how everything's green anyway. Hold up, what the hell was that? Oh. Is that... What the fuck is that? Boar? Deer? Oh yeah, it's a deer. The hunter in me says I should probably shoot them, but knowing how medieval nobles were quite uppity about hunting deer in their lands, probably should not. This is obviously a design feature. There was no colorblind assistance back in 1403. Were people even colorblind back in the day? Or is that like a modern genetic mutation kind of thing? Ah, fuck. That was a broken arrow. Shit. Like how there are no left-handers in medieval Europe. Well, I mean, according to some of the sources that we've read when it comes to sword fighting, they made a specific effort to mention to fence from your right side if you're right-handed. So at least they know the existence of left-handers. But I wonder whether there was like a superstition that, you know, left-handed people are evil or something. I wouldn't be surprised if it just got burnt at the stake just because they're left-handed. Our word sinister, meaning evil, literally comes from the Latin word for left. Oh yeah, and I think dexterous just means right. Oh, dexter, rather, right hand. So wouldn't dexterous just be right-handedness? Handiness? Your dexterity. Those evil lefties. Oh, what the fuck? I would like to recover my arrow, please. I think it's gone. That's almost time. Probably head back. Can't sprint while overloaded. Damn dude, how much how much am I carrying? I'll probably drop bludgeon. It's quite literally a stick. Actually that is worth quite a bit. Pick up the bludgeon and drop something else. Old bread. Henry's gonna be featured in the next episode of Hoarders. Yeah, it's like an entire pile of moldy food on him. Oh, spooked. Run, rabbit, run. What the hell? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the archery system in this. Lepiota. Gain a level in herbalism. Picking up strange objects in oh. Almost tripped. Okay, I'm back in the camp. Wait for Sir Hans. Okay. Question is, how long do I wait? Suppose I can just sit here and wait for an hour or so.
How many bunnies?
Yeah, there he is.
Show me what you've got then. How many bunnies have you taken down?
Oh, let me just put my sword back.
How did the hunt go for you, sir? I did quite well. Look.
Show me. Not bad, though. Quite good, actually. For a common blacksmith's boy.
Shouldn't there be some reward for the victor?
Jesus, the insolence. A serf asking his lord for coin. But never let it be said I'm a pinch purse. Very well, then.
Your serf humbly thanks you, my lord.
And now come along.
Oh.
Let's go and hunt some real game.
Let's go, Hans. Oh, how generous of
Henry,
me.
mount up and let's go hunting.
I do not have a horse. Skills? Oh, hey. I actually don't have any points in these.
God's name is he up to?
It's a simple trot through the forest. How nice that this horse is willing to just walk through the brush like that. Oh, at least I know that that barking isn't. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just deer. The barking distance is in Hans's dogs.
See here, water, and it's been freshly rooted. There'll be balls somewhere nearby, so just like last time, slow and quiet, whatever you do. Understand? But watch out for them from the top of that mound there.
You want to take him down with an arrow?
Certainly. Why wouldn't I?
You won't kill him like that. Boar is hunted with spears.
Is that so? So now all of a sudden you're a master huntsman, are you?
Watch and learn.
Did you see that? Damn, I'm good.
Quiet! So, next time you try to tell me I can't kill a boar with an arrow, you can... Fuck. After him! Fetch! Mount up, Henry. We're going to chase down that swine!
Oh, Hans.
Yeah!
Alright, let's go. Chase down the boar. Bamboozle indeed. Where on earth did he run off to?
I'd better go back for Sir Hans, otherwise Sir Hanish will have me drawn and quartered.
Oh, that way. When sprinting in the completely opposite direction. Amazing. A grave? Am I sitting on a grave? If you have a spade, you can dig stuff like that up. Do I have a spade? I do not. I think I dropped the spade off back at the executioner's house or something. Or out at Peshek's mill. But thanks for the heads up. It's somewhere within this region. How many people are there? Three of them. Alright, there's one guy right up in the tree. Actually, let me say first.
Na, hogy a faszba!
Igen!
Itt fogsz nekem pityeregni? Eltaposlak, mint egy tetvet!
What the fuck is he saying?
Ja. No csak, no csak! Na bassz!
Did you just shoot his own ally?
Just you wait, you donkey's ass. I'll have you yet.
Oh, my bad. He went after the boar and got trussed up like a hog. All the way here. Alright. I'll get him next time. At least know where they are now. Get a little better sneak attack this time. Deer hunting spots. Did I miss a cat? Oh no, it's up ahead.
You bitch! Show me your tits! Come now, stop pretending to be a man and get those others out! Hey, you! You sodomite! What's it like to be fucked by a horse, eh?
What the fuck? Just dodge that shit like a Matrix.
I fucked your mother yesterday, pagan! She said your old man couldn't
Itt épp egy malacka tévedt a disznóölésre. Látjátok! Ellenség! Ott is! Látjátok? Ott az a gennyláda!
Yeah, I think he's getting shot in the back.
Well done. There again, one.
Fucking. You're next. I shot you like 4 arrows and you're still alive.
Your mother cracked you out, and your sisters have bigger cocks than you.
Is he dead? Wait, what? Nice. Very nice. Wounding arrow. Yeah, I'll take that, alright. Noble's male collar. Probably some, shot him a shitload of arrows. He's still alive. Definitely take that. Yeah, no, fuck, I'll just steal all this shit. Sell it off. Prioritize our higher quality loot. Yes, yes, give me a second. Where's the other cumin that I executed? It's here, I think. Here? There it is. Cumin's ear. Huh. Rob's gonna give me some money for that. Oh, nice. Mill coif. Leather gloves. Cumin helmets. Pet coif. Riding breeches. Take that. That. Nope. Give me the sword. Yes. Alright, alright. Chill out. Let's see whether there's anything else in the camp. I'm gonna drink the soup first though. Easy. Oh hey, there's the chest. Oh, damn, how much loot did they steal? Hans kept on Henry, your lord commands you anti. Ooh, Milcoif. Gotta upgrade my drip. Alright, Hans.
What are you doing? Henry!
Yes, it is I. Was it a bag on the floor? no, never mind.
I'll have a bronze bust made of you, my friend. But where have you been till now?
Oh, you know, I was picking berries, had a drink of wine, took a little nap.
You lunatic! They almost had me roasting on a spit.
I'd say it looked more like they were about to take your maidenhood.
Now look here, dung grubber. Is that any way to speak to a nobleman?
A nobleman with crushed balls, friend.
Now you're playing with fire, boy. I could have you in the pillory for that. And then with my own two hands, I'd crush your balls.
Sees into
That wound
CBT.
doesn't look good, Sir Hans.
You're right. Those cumin swine roughed me up a bit. And my damned horse is bolted. You'll have to get me home somehow.
The sooner we get out of here, the better. Who knows how many bandits are creeping around here.
Let's go then. I've had quite enough excitement already.
Please tell me I don't have to walk back all the way to town. Please, let the loading screen just be in a teleport. Oh, we're good, we're good.
Get here, everybody! You, help him!
So one thing about like video games in general, like especially when it comes to, like, sword fighting, right? There's quite a bit of a gap between, you know, being able to code something and what you can do in real life. But I'll talk more about that later. Alright, so, like, at that instance when I was, like, facing down that archer, when he was swapping out his bow for his sword, right, it was a really good opportunity for me to just, like, lunge straight with thrust. Unfortunately, because, like, you can't do a lunge in this game, I
How
think.
is it possible, Ratsy? Those bastards make so bold no more than a mile from the castle. We'll have to send out more patrols.
That won't do us any good, Hanush. Even if we had 10 times the men, we couldn't beat through every thicket in the fiefdom.
You sent for me, sir?
Come in.
I don't know how to thank you, Henry. If it wasn't for you, Hans would be dead. And to think I sent you out with him as a punishment.
I was only doing my duty, sir.
Don't be so modest, young Henry. You showed not only courage, but loyalty to your liege. That's why I'm taking you into my personal service.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Well, let's celebrate your promotion and Sir Hans's recovery. Well, don't just stand there, lad. Pour us a drink.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir, but I've urgent tidings.
What now?
A stable boy came from Neuhof. He says brigands raided the stud farm this morning. There's many dead or maimed.
Tell us exactly what happened.
I'm not sure. The boy was so shook up he could barely speak. He said the bandits murdered for the joy of it. I'm sorry, sir. Your vassal Smill is dead.
Who did this? Who were they?
We don't know, sir. The stable boy just kept babbling about some huge fellow in black armor who led the attack.
Take as many men as you need, and don't stop until you've found those bastards. And bring me their heads!
Yes, sir.
My men at your disposal too, Hanush.
Thank you, friend.
Sir, let me ride with them.
He's full of piss and vinegar, isn't he?
Their leader, he must be the one who attacked me at Skalitz. There can't be two men in the whole kingdom who look like that.
You think he might still have my sword? No doubt you could use another swordsman, Captain.
As you command, my lord.
How soon can you leave, Bernard?
Soon as the men are ready, sir.
Good. Wait in the courtyard for Henry. And, give him a horse.
His own mount?
His reward for saving Sir Hans. He'll need it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, go! I want these culprits in the hands of the executioner as soon as possible.
I won't let you down, sir.
Yeah, boy, field promotion.
I wonder what Teresa's doing now. I could stop by and see her again. I enjoyed it last time.
Come on.
What?
What? Such are my orders.
As you wish.
All's well. Mind how you go.
Oh, okay then. Yay, Henry got his own company car. I need to haul my overloaded asshole over to the armorer. Where's the blacksmith? Yeah, I haul over to the blacksmith or whatever, just sell off the stuff that I looted off. Those cumins. It does give me like 2 more armor, but it also looks goofy as hell. So no. Knight's hunting sword. Yeah, that would come handy. The sword can be bloodied though. You can get a longsword from Swordsmith by the Red House for like 100 groschen. Oh, conveniently, I got 100 groschen just from Hans for all that rabbit meat. Probably sell it off too. Gets promotion, immediately thinks it's furries. Hey man, it's got a new car and all that. Oops.
My respects to you.
That's trade.
Good luck to you.
Sell. Armor. Right, I can sell the old gloves. Sell that. Sell that. No. That's these helmets. Shield, bludgeons, this saber, and probably this old CX. Cool. Still quite overloaded, so let's sell off the old rotten food here. That's a lot of hair meat. Alright, let's check the basket. and haggle.
Can we do something about the price?
Alright, so.
Let's try for 315.
Is this enough?
Well, that sounds pretty interesting. A little less, and I'll be satisfied.
310.
Alright, so.
Nice. Alright, now I'll have to buy some stuff. A robber's sword. Less blunt damage, but more overall damage. That's pretty cool. Plate coutures. Skull cap. Terrible defense. Yeah, I guess I can get the robber's sword over here, but that's also kind of pricey. Roughly the same damage, so maybe later. Now, it seems that now that I've gotten all that weight off my shoulders, so to speak, to onto my horse. Pebbles, the horse. I suppose I can see Theresa later. Gotta head on to Neuhof to deal with the bald dude who smacked me over the head with a club.
Yeah.
How far am I going? Oh, that is far. Thankfully,
Yeah.
pebbles. Just have to be careful not to run over anybody. I do not want to be culpable for any manslaughter charges. Look at the view though. They were like a white Mercedes. It's a little bit more grey, but yeah. Last travel point.
Yeah.
Pebbles about headed up to here. Everybody's dead.
Where's your master?
In the paddock.
Crucifix. What kind of beasts could do this?
By the blood of the martyrs.
Even the horses?
What happened here? Why?
Someone came at night and hamstrung every one of them. The horses, screaming, must have woke poor Radek, the stable boy. And when he tried to stop them... And then my husband, when my husband tried to help them, they killed him too. And when they were done, they put a torch to the stables.
My sincere condolences, ma'am. I swear we'll hunt those monsters down and make them pay for this.
The horses were still alive when I came. We had to finish them off. All of them. The pain in their eyes. They couldn't understand how anyone could do this to them.
Did they steal anything? Any horses?
Nothing. They wanted blood, not coin.
Did your husband quarrel lately? Was there anyone who might want revenge?
He argued over the price of a saddle, maybe, but nothing that could drive a man to this.
These are dark days when there's more kindness in horses than in men. Did you see anything? How many were there? Or what did they look like?
We saw no one.
Has anyone tried to follow the trail?
No. We were fighting the blaze until now, and even if we weren't, what chance would any of us have against someone who could do this?
Pox on it. Mount up and quarter the area. We have to find out where they went. Look for tracks and ask the folk if they saw anyone. Fuck! Someone must have at least caught sight of them.
Yes, sir. What about me, Captain?
What the hell use are you? You stay here.
Please, let me do something. I could have a look around the area and see if they left any tracks.
Well, if you must. Just don't get in anyone's way, don't go too far, and come back here when you're done.
Hopefully Henry doesn't get into another misadventure. Drag marks, I suppose.
So much blood. It leads to the pond. How could anyone be so cruel? Poor wretch. He must have crawled here. If it was the horses they were after, there'll be even more of them by the main stables.
A bit of investigative work here. What is the area that they want me to search? That was A and B. Question survivors and sexual evidence. Blood here, blood there. So that's what they torched. Detective Henry knows. Bloodstain here. I mean, everyone's fucking dead.
Are you well?
Leave me alone. Go away.
But there's no need to be afraid. With your help, I'll find those bastards and then I'll make them pay.
They deserve it. What do you need to know?
What actually happened here?
They killed the animals and... Why did they kill them?
Think carefully now. How did it all start?
We heard the animals, their shrieks, then Smill. He shouted, and they murdered him.
What happened after that?
We ran outside and it was chaos. Animals were dying, the stables were burning, and those demons everywhere.
The stables were already burning. Didn't that happen after they fled?
No, it was to set the blaze when they arrived.
You're certain it was the animals first and then Smill? Not the other way round?
I'm certain. I'd never heard a sound like that before. Now I'll never forget it.
You said they were demons?
No, just vermin. Worthless human vermin.
How many of them were there?
Not many. There were just a few that came after us, but more round the back. I heard them yelling at each other.
So they were yelling because of all the noise?
No, something happened. They quarrelled.
In the back? Where?
Towards the woods. To the north. They were trying to get away.
Did you see a big man among them, dressed all in black?
That cutthroat, that devil! I never want to see him again.
So he was here? That bloodthirsty beast.
Some were fleeing and others were fighting.
So some of them were running away and the others were fighting?
Aye. For a time. Then more of us came out and we fought back, so the others fled as well.
Did they take anything?
No.
Where? Where did they run to?
To the north. Into the woods.
Thanks. That's all I needed to ask.
Farewell.
Alright. Must have quite a few survivors to question.
How could anyone be so cruel? How could anyone be so cruel?
How could
anyone be so cruel?
Alright.
Why you?
Such senseless brutality.
What did you ever do to anyone?
They slaughtered horses as well as people, and yet it seems they didn't take anything.
Surely there has to be some kind of motive.
Why? Why?
Okay. And a horse with an arrow in it.
Such senseless brutality. They slaughtered horses as well as people, and
Can
yet it
pick up
seems
the
they
arrow?
didn't take anything.
I cannot. Let's talk to Ginger.
What? Who's there?
Easy.
How could
Just
anyone
came
be so
to us.
cruel?
I don't know anything.
Are you hurt?
No, nothing. Not a scratch.
What really happened here?
I don't know. Someone attacked. I don't know who.
You didn't happen to hear where they came from?
No! I didn't see a thing.
Okay. Seems kind of suspicious if you ask me. Stables. Yeah. See whether there's anything here. It doesn't include stealing. Ron Weasley be acting all sus over here. Yeah, I was gonna say he seems a little sus. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Ginger over there was intimidated into keeping quiet. I mean, if a giant man with a big stick came over to threaten you, I'm pretty sure you'd comply as well. Alright, let's see. Fence was knocked over this way. Not sure whether that plays a part. Oh. A little too far out. I say it ran off north into the woods. Perhaps there is a trail somewhere? Before I head deep into the woods, I'm gonna just look around a bit more.
Tracks. Someone fled to the north.
What the hell's this? Flower? Someone's wounded when they fled here. Maybe save too. Yeah, probably should. Requires 6 agility for that. Uh-oh.
They went deeper and deeper, for sure.
Deeper in the forest. What the hell? I hear voices.
So wrong. And who the hell brought those other fellows here? Fucking greenhorns. We'll kill that ginger brat from the farm, and then they slice you up. We'll find those bastards, and I'll send them straight to hell myself. I'll already be there, waiting for them. Don't talk that way. We'll get back to the camp and they'll take care of you, eh? No, my friend. I'm not long for this world. Go before someone finds us here. Don't worry about me. You know I can't leave you here. If they find you... I know. I wanted to do it myself. I don't even have the strength for that. What kind of nonsense is that? For Christ's sake, what other options do I have? I won't make it. All right then. How should I? Just do it quickly. I always do. You know me. Godspeed, brother. Is someone there?
Yes.
Bring it on!
Oh, this guy's taking a few hits.
Come here. Are you gonna You call that called Give up? I'm gonna enjoy this.
Let's see the corpses bugging out in the background.
What about Fix?
Is he gonna die?
I'm gonna enjoy this. Lost your wind? Cut!
How many hits can this guy take? Holy shit.
What the hell was that? Come here, visitor.
Alright, come on.
I'll slay you for that. What about fix?
Come on. I mean, how many hits can this guy take? Holy shit. Got him. Now, where did you drop his sword? There it is. Alright, I'm gonna search this bandit. Bloody hoofpick.
Oh, it's a hoofpick. Someone in Neuhoff must know more about it.
I'll take Stoots Groschen. Stricken waters, cheap wine. Grab these. Yeah, might as well just eat his bread too. This will work quite a bit. Wear those. Can I wear these? Yes, I can. Oh, fan braces are a lot stronger. In terms of value, light padded armor. That's what I'm wearing. So swap over to this sturdy gambeson here. Let's drop that. Weighs quite a lot, actually. And what else? Weapons? Can't be, they're not that heavy, right? Oh, that's stolen. But hey, we made some progress there. Got free loot too. Well, not quite free, I had to work for that. Getting the hang of the combat in this game. Although the directional input is not too great. Like a lot of time I wanted to go for the bottom right direction. I end up going off to the direct right instead. Let's see whether Ginger is still there. Where did he disappear to? Is that him? Nope, there's a villager. Oh, Ginger, where are you? Where is Discount Ed Sheeran? I should probably save now too. It's quite a bit of a haul. Find Ginger in Neuhof. Oh, I suppose I gotta ask Mark over here. Who does the hoof pick belong to?
Do you know anything about Ginger? I followed 2 of the raiders and they were talking about him.
But he... Because of him? Because of him they murdered us? Lord in heaven!
Wait, hold on. You think Ginger was responsible for the attack?
He ran off! Don't you see? He was acting so strange and then he ran off! Why the hell would he do that?
That does sound rather odd. Do you know whose hoofpick this is?
Ginger's. He was always bragging about it. Why do you ask?
I'm just trying to get the story straight.
But you won't find Ginger here anymore. He left.
And you don't know where Ginger could have gone?
Dunno. Ask Jakob. God be with you.
Okay. Where's Jakob? That's a villager. It's a watchman? Oh. Suppose back into the stables. Oh, not the stables. Whoever that is. Can't sprint while I'm overloaded. Oh, yep. Penalizing me for carrying all this fat loot. But I suppose that makes sense. A regular dude wouldn't be able to haul that much equipment all on his own. Ruda. You?
Another useless soldier coming to ask questions. You should have fucking been here last night.
What's wrong with your arm? Oh dear. That looks painful.
That's all you gotta say about it. You useless prick.
Ah.
Do you know anything about this hoofpick?
Yeah, it's Ginger's. He had it made in mate.
Any idea where I might find this Ginger?
Well, that's the thing. He packed up and left.
What?
Look, I know how he looks. But Ginger is a fine fellow. I don't believe he had anything to do with the attack.
And how did you come by that wound?
I heard someone talking, so I went to look outside. Then I saw what they'd done to the horses. I shouted at those bastards, caught one by the cloak and started beating him.
Without a weapon? With just your fists?
Yeah.
But he cut me pretty good, the fucker. Lucky for me, the other started to come out then, so the raiders ran. All that's left is his cloak.
Check out the cast iron balls on this dude.
Can you help me?
Help you? And how have you helped me?
Where could he have fled to?
I might know. But you gotta promise me one thing. When you find him, listen to what he has to say before judging.
You have my word.
Sometimes the charcoal burners come to see him. He gets on well with them. I think that's where he's gone.
And where is that?
No idea. They've always kept to themselves, you know, charcoal burners.
But the forest is full of folk like that. They could be anywhere.
Aye, except these ones won't be far. If you follow the stream from the stud farm towards Rattay, you'll come across one of their camps. Only
what?
Ginger didn't go that way, though. He always went by the big road, through the woods in the direction of Uzhitz.
But how can I find them?
There's always smoke when they work. You'll smell them before you see them. And they need to be near water. There's that too.
So if I go through the woods along running water, I'll find them?
Exactly. God be with you.
Okay. Ginger the
Respects
pickle.
to you.
I think Ginger is mixed up in it somehow.
Why do you say that?
Those bandits I found in the woods were talking about him.
They mentioned him by name?
Well, they said Ginger.
That is suspicious. But it could be a coincidence.
He acted suspiciously when I questioned him.
What do you mean?
Well, he was squirming and didn't really say anything.
He might just have been in shock.
The hoof pick I found on the dead bandit in the woods is his.
That is fucking suspicious.
He disappeared right after we found those bandits in the woods. And I think I know where he went.
Where?
To the charcoal burners. He has friends there.
We've got to find him. But if his friends really are hiding him, I doubt they'll talk to my men. You should search for him, Henry. Go. Before the trail turns cold, I'll send a report to Rattay.
Very well, sir.
Alright, cool. So it's where the charcoal burners are. Where did... Normally takes the road to Uzhitz. Alright, let's head to the charcoal burners. Look, all these horses lined up nicely. Is that Pebbles? No. Pebble. There you are. Alright, on to charcoal burners. We'll trot along the river. Actually able to come up to wherever the camp is. Absolutely beautiful. I should probably watch where I'm going before I run into something. There it is. But I've kind of like done stuff that I picked up on the horse. Yes, I can. Move the horse. Yeah, the horse is basically a car boot, isn't it? Silver goblet. Communion chalice.
God be with you. I'm looking for a stable boy from Neuhof.
Then why aren't you looking for him at the stud farm?
Because he fled from there and supposedly went to see some charcoal burners.
He didn't come here. You'll have to try elsewhere. Good luck to you.
What do you want? I've got a lot on my hands here.
Charcoal burner spokesman.
God be with you.
Could you help me?
Depends what you want, doesn't it?
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof. They say he ran away and joined up with some charcoal burners he used to hang around with sometimes.
Sorry, there's never been a lad called Ginger around here. You have to try somewhere else.
I could try my speech. Maybe. Yeah, let's give it a try.
A murder's been committed at Neuhof, and that boy likely knows who did it. It's vital I find him.
There's been murder aplenty in these parts of late, but that Ginger lad really hasn't been here.
There'll be a lot less murdering going on once I bring those bastards to justice, so how about helping me out?
Calm down, lad, for the love of God. There's been no one like the boy you want round here, but then again, there are other charcoal burners. Try them. You might want to hurry. You're not the first to be asking about him, and the others weren't exactly a noble-looking bunch, although they were generous with their silver.
They didn't happen to say what they wanted him for?
No, but they definitely didn't look like they wanted to invite him to a feast.
Oh no.
Do you have any idea where else he could have gone?
You said he was friends with the charcoal burners? Well, you'll definitely find some in the forest between Neuhof and Ujetz. There's good spots around there.
But that forest is huge. I could spend weeks searching.
Then follow the river. That's how you found us, isn't it? Where there's charcoal burners, there's always water nearby.
Alright, I'll go and ask somewhere else.
Farewell.
Oh. I'm kind of curious though. Why do charcoal burners need water nearby? I mean, other than obvious like dehydration and all that. Out of the way, son. Maybe in case the fire gets out of control and need to quench it. Perhaps. That is actually a pretty logical assumption to make. What? Oh, that was weird. Not sure why why the camera just spin around like that. A new level in horsemanship. Fantastic. Is this a path? Oh, it's a little carving the dirt here. Let's take a look. Make a left turn, then a right turn. Right, keep an eye out for a path that goes right along this path. Here. Oh. Okay, this is regular guard. Am I going the right way? I can only assume so. Should probably try cutting across. Having a helmet with a visor would be great. Especially if you're like riding through brush like that. Follow the river. Can you cross? Might be that building over there. Yeah. It sucks that Pebbles is the worst horse in the game because I got attached to him. Yeah, I mean it's a free horse. It's better than nothing, that's for sure. But having a better horse would certainly be nice. I don't suppose any of the other horses have names. So otherwise I'm kind of sad to be letting go of Pebbles when the time comes. They all have names. Very nice. Very nice. That's not too bad then.
My respects to you.
This looks like the exact same dude.
Farewell.
Alright, let's look for the spokesperson. If there is such. Charcoal burner. In here? The ones you can buy anyway. Most of them reference other games. Like can buy Roach, the horse from Shadow Colossus, etc., etc. Very nice. You.
God be with you.
I'm looking for Ginger from Neuhof. Do you know anything about him?
I know him. What do you want of him?
There's a few questions I need to ask him.
Well, you'll have to go somewhere else to find him. He doesn't come here much.
Yeah, I suppose we just try bribing him. I did make quite a bit of cash earlier.
I could give you something to loosen your lips. What'd you say?
I enjoy a good chat, but not even Silver can open my mouth when I don't know anything.
I see. But we can come to some kind of agreement, can't we? Agree?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost. Well, when you put it like that, it's clearly urgent business. I do know him. Not personally, but I've seen him around. He's friends with the charcoal burners down by Talmberg. I know he hangs around with the twins there.
Downstream by Talmberg? Somewhere by the castle?
If you follow the river to the west, you're bound to run into them. One more thing.
Yes?
Some other men have been around asking about him, but they weren't as convincing as you. May the Lord watch over you.
Being sent on a wild goose chase for some ginger. Well, that's near Talmberg. Follow the river west. Alright. Insanity. What the fuck? I really don't know whether birds are supposed to sound like that. At the very least, down here in the tropics, they don't sound nearly as alien. Or maybe it sounds alien to me because I've never heard birds sound like that. Yeah, those are some really weird sounding birds. Drink the soup.
Remember that time you let one of the horses stray? He came running here like his ass was on fire.
This time his ass really was on fire, eh? Good day to you.
Where are you hiding Ginger?
How did you... What the hell are you talking about?
Don't try that one on me. I know he's friends with a pair of twins from here. I'm here on the orders of Sir Hanush, and I need to talk to Ginger about the raid on the stud farm.
If Sir Hanush sent you, then you should deal with those two cutthroats who've been creeping around here asking about the poor boy. Once you take care of them, we won't have to hide him anymore.
All right, I'll deal with them. And then you'll tell me where you've got Ginger hidden, right?
Right. You get rid of them, and I'll tell you.
So where can I find these bandits?
I'm not sure exactly. There's lots of places to hide around here. But they came and went over the bridge, so I reckon they must be somewhere between here and our neighbours.
That's a lot of woods to comb through.
Not all that much. There's a path around there somewhere leading to an abandoned camp. Take care now.
Okay. Wow, that is a lot of area to comb. Do I have any bandages on me? I do not. Oh, I just have to deal with it. Okay, buy over a bridge. Where exactly is this bridge? Somewhere in this area? Probably should do this in the day. It's a place only sleep. I suppose over there's a good spot. Oh. Kind of use fat area. Sleeping here. Real cruel of them to put camp here but not give me a place to sit. I mean, I can sit down but not sleep. Energy 65%, still doing alright. But it's getting dark. Oh yes, it is I. Back in comfy Talmberg. Yeah, she can just dismount here and go sleep in bed.
Wait, I need to talk to you.
Yes.
You're the young fellow who came here from Scarlet's half dead, aren't you?
Yes, that is me.
That'll be me. Why?
Well, the lady of the castle was asking after you. She wants to talk to you.
Ah, I'll go and see her then. Thank you.
Very well. Don't make her wait. Take care.
Whoa. Upstairs, perhaps? I'm not sure how I feel about just traipsing up into the room though. Open up the door. This door? Okay. They're all asleep, so I'm not gonna go bother them for now. Actually, this might be a good place to end the stream. Been streaming for about 3 hours now. I don't know what affects comfort. I'll just take off my armor and sleep like that. Oh, suddenly doesn't give me any benefit for not sleeping in armor. Have a good night. Must be pretty late there, huh? Yes, actually. In fact, it's almost 2 AM. Holy shit, I didn't even notice how fast time flies. Yeah, it's 1:45 actually. Alright. That was quite a bit to cover. When hunting with Hans, saved him from humans, beat the shit out of him, and then I proceeded to beat the shit out of another bandit later. Investigating this murder at the stables. Cool, cool, cool. Great stream as always. Thank you. And thank you for watching. I probably won't be streaming tomorrow night, though I might do something a little bit different in the morning, or rather later in the morning after I've woken up from a good night's sleep. I mentioned it on my Twitter earlier today, but I am thinking of drawing a title card or thumbnail to use for my Kingdom Come streams. I'm thinking of using the official cover art as a reference. So maybe I'll stream doing that later in the morning. I don't think anyone's gonna show up for that though. But hey, that's something. I can chat with people. Let me take a look at who else is live right now. See whether if any of my VTuber siblings are still streaming. Neo is. That's good. Well. Alright. Have a good night, everyone. Or, if it's daytime for you, have a good day ahead. In the meantime, if you are still planning to stick around on Twitch, I'll send you all to raid Neo. Alright, bye-bye.
Sylvaen!
Wait, Sylvaen's here?
He just raided me.
Yo,
Thank
Sylvaen,
you.
come join us!
Don't scream, your
Sylvaen.
throat is not good.
My what?
Be careful with your voice. Sylvaen, thank you so much for the raid. Hello. Hi.
My what? My what is not? Well, I'm not gonna stream. That's okay.
No, I said don't scream.
Oh, oh, I'm absolutely gonna stream.
Kingdom Come, Deliverance.
Sylvaen, join us!
How was your stream, Sylvaen?